Dear brothers and sisters, the mission trip to Sri Lanka has ended. The church there is developing. There is a lot of success, and in one of the videos soon I will share with you about the situation there. Now I'm going on another mission trip. The Lord has blessed the mission to Dominica. It's a short trip, about 7 to 8 days, and I will also make some videos from Dominica. This is a very rare opportunity because usually I'm in Taiwan and I cannot travel anywhere because of the quarantine requirements. When I go back to Taiwan, I have to go through 14-day quarantine, so I cannot leave the church for so long. That's why it's the Lord's blessing that during this trip that I'm out of Taiwan already, I can also visit some other places. So when I was told that there is a urgent need for a priest to visit Dominica, I agreed to go there to develop the mission. There are some missionaries there, 2 missionaries already, but not priests. They need for a priest to support them and also to develop the mission, because they came there to build the church already. There are very few faithful, and they're ready to build the church, but almost no people that would go to that church. So there is a need for me to go and to try to expand the mission. So please pray for this trip. I'm going there in a couple hours. And now I'm transiting in Trinidad and Tobago. Behind me you can see the mountains. There is a mountain range. It's a small small mountains that span across the north border of the island. And since I'm here, I'll tell you just a little bit about this place and about the mission, the spiritual situation here, and also some of the thoughts that I have recently about the mission, what can be done, what each of us should do, especially near the great land that is coming. Well, Trinidad and Tobago, they're somewhat similar to East Timor, because it's also about over a million population here. The size of the island, the density of people living here, a lot of Catholics. It's not all Catholics like Timor, but quite a few. It's about 25%, I think, 20-25% Catholics, and of course predominantly Christian. There is about 55% Christian here, and also it's an oil-producing country. But people don't see this oil, you know. The government is quite corrupt, and there are people who are very rich and multinational corporations here expanding. But people are quite poor. A lot of poverty, crime. The situation is not very good here, despite everything. Despite there is United States not far away helping out. There is it's very close to everything. It's not like secluded far away like East Timor, but still it's very poor comparing to places like Guam. Of course it's much poorer, but this poverty and these sorrows that people have here, they bring them closer to Christ. Because just recently I've been to United States, and it's a rich country, but the spirit there is very different. It's much more difficult to find Christ when you live in that kind of setting. I think the spirit of Antichrist is stronger there than here, and this creates very good opportunities for the mission, because mission is where Christ is, where people need Christ, where people have the heart that's opening up to Christ. So I came here, I saw this country. I had about 8-hour transit here, and I went to the city. It's Port of Spain. I've talked to the taxi driver, very nice guy, Douglas, older man, who told me about his life, about his family, about life here in Trinidad and Tobago. He is himself from Tobago, which is a small island not far from here. It's also very nice. And the nature is beautiful. People are nice. They're more provincial, maybe, not so spoiled by civilization. And they are very open because of this multicultural setting. There's people who have Indian background, Afro, Trinidadians, Métis, European descendants of Europeans, all kinds of people here. People from South America, from Venezuela, from everywhere. Okay, and it's religious freedom, many different kinds of religions here. And people are very much open-minded and also searching for truth. Okay, I can feel that, and it needs a mission. It needs a mission. I gave our brochure to Douglas, to the taxi driver, and an icon to a person who is selling coffee. But of course, this is nothing. It's good that Orthodox priest is coming here. There are some Orthodox here already, a few, but there are. But the priest is coming here, okay, on a regular basis, so it's not too bad. Trinidad doesn't need my visit so much, so that's why I'm going to Dominican, not here. But still, these visits, these short visits, these services here, it's almost nothing. To develop the mission here, we need people here. We need to build the trust. The small island culture, it has this feeling of superiority that they know everything already. Other people, foreigners, what can they teach us? Okay, there is this proudness that's here. So, in order to bring the word of God, bring the gospel, bring the Orthodox faith, we need to be here, to have long-term strategy, to have people here, a team of people, not just one person. Then there is a chance, okay? And it has to be done for decades, not for years, a couple of years, for for a long time, to build up trust so that people can open up their hearts. And you see, I went to Sri Lanka to hear, and there is not much mission done. Okay, for 2,000 years we could not go to Sri Lanka to begin the mission there. And the first Orthodox was baptized just 2 weeks ago in Sri Lanka, even though it's so close. So this brought me to some conclusions. We are now concerned about Antichrist coming. We're concerned about church splitting, these quarrels between patriarchs, many other things, about the world changing and apocalypse is coming and other things. But we lose time. We're thinking, what's gonna happen soon? Sorry, this announcement. Just a moment. Let them finish speaking. Okay. So what I wanted to say. The problem is that we are concerned about many things. We're concerned about all kinds of things, and we're thinking what will happen tomorrow. How is it related to Revelation of St. John? How the world is going to change? How this digital concentration camp is going to happen? But we are losing time. the Lord is expecting from each and every one of us to do something, to bring some fruit. I will finish here. I will talk about this more in one of the future videos. But please think about it.
Once again, all remaining passengers to step out of boarding using departure gate number 14. Passengers, you are reminded to have your passports at hand along with your boarding pass. PCR cash results and vaccination cards readily available for the agents at the boarding gate. Thank you.
So let us think about these things before the great land which is coming. Let us think what each and everyone can do, both in terms of growth, the spiritual growth that we can have. We should have to be spiritually healthy, to be closer to Christ, and also what we can contribute to the mission, to the Lord, to the church, to our family in terms of Christian upbringing, to teach our children Christian faith, to pray together with our family members. What can we do in terms of strengthening our faith in the Lord, helping others, supporting others, getting rid of the old self, the selfish self. And the Lord will look at this. He will not look at how much do we know in terms of Antichrist and stuff like that, or how much do we read about church schism and patriarchs, who is fighting with whom, church news and all that stuff. Okay, we need to know what's happening, but we should not focus only on that. We should focus only on our daily routine life. We need to focus on what do we bring to the Lord if our life ends tomorrow, year after, 5 years later, 20, 50 years later. These are going to be the fruits. This is what the Lord will be asking, will be expecting from us. So let us bring this contribution. Let us focus on this. What fruits can we bring? What can faith can do? Because here, I see everybody is busy with something, but nobody comes here. Nobody goes to Sri Lanka. The mission is so weak, okay? Because everybody is busy with something else. So please think about this. Please pray about the mission and think about what can I do for the Lord. May the Lord help you and give you blessing. Amen.